I'm the insurance guy, so I'm always bearish.
Are you bullish to 770? Are you bullish to 800? Are you bullish to 900? Quantify your opinion, because you can't really jump into a strategy until you have a premise. But if we blow through 760, your next logical place from there is probably something like an 830 to 850. What we're going to be covering here today, guys, what are call and put options and how and when do you use them properly? How do tools like put options fit into your grain marketing plan? How would one use a put option strategy to secure current pricing? Specifically for new crop canola, that's the one that we talk about here in Western Canada all the time. And then another key thing that I always get brought up about is like, hey, some of these options are really expensive. How do I cheapen these things up? And then when should somebody get into strategies like this? And then how do you get out of them once you're in them? So cover a few of those things. So before we get into the poll that Dan talked about that he sent out there yesterday, key thing I always try to get across to people when I first start talking about this one is just the concept of bullish and bearishness. Okay, this is super simple. You guys have probably heard this before, but I'm going to walk through it. Being bullish means that you believe the market is going to go up from this point in time, current price levels, to another time in the future. So you can be a short-term bull or a long-term bull. You can be a short-term, and on conversely, you can be a short-term bear or a long-term bear. Different time frames on that side. So that's really key. You can pick any particular market and you could say, hey, maybe I'm bullish oil, crude oils for a short term, but I'm bearish for it long term, as an example. Okay, so this is key because you can't really jump into a strategy until you have a premise that you've built based on your particular bullish and bearishness. Okay, so the next section on that one, I always say to folks is, it's okay to be bullish or bearish. There is reasons and arguments to be bullish and bearish on any market at any given time. But the key thing here is the next step on this is, why are you bullish or bearish on any given market? Okay, so I'm just going to use canola for an example right now. Hey, I'm bullish canola because the Iranian war is going to drive oil prices up to 150, and I think canola is going to work its way up with that. Okay, you can be bearish canola as well. You could say, hey, we've had a $160 run since January on this thing. Market's getting overbought, basis levels are widening out. We're going to plant a lot of canola next year. I think canola is going to go down. Okay, so I might be bearish. Both are very logical, valid arguments right now. Now, the next step on that one, I always say to folks is, can you quantify your level of bullishness? So if canola futures are trading at 730 right now, are you bullish to 770? Are you bullish to 800? Are you bullish to 900? Quantify your opinion now. So that's the tougher thing. A lot of folks have a hard time doing that one. And it's exact same way on the downside. If you're bearish the market, no problem. Are you bearish it down to 650 to 600 to 550? So quantify your argument there as well too. So you can't really get into any of these things before you start kind of thinking like that on that side.
And so, are you going to share how bullish or bearish you are today?
Yeah, I'm actually going to put out I'm going to put out some charts and I'm going to make some arguments on this one and some logical arguments. So, you know, that's a pretty good segue in terms of the survey there, Doug.
Perfect. Do we want to launch that here shortly then, or?
You could launch it right now if you like.
Right now, let's do it. Okay. Where are you at? Where's your head at on canola prices right now? Are you bullish? I think we're going to go higher, where the bull is using his horns to go up. Or are you bearish, where the bear is using its claws to strike down? I think we've seen the top or close to it. Neutral, it could go either way, or honestly, I don't know. What do you think? What's the panel thinking here? Are you? I mean, it was a beautiful chart, but then we had quite a severe retracement, gave back quite a bit of gains, but it's still going. I mean, oil's still running, tied to oil. What's your thoughts?
I'm the insurance guy, so I'm always bearish. I see risk everywhere.
Party. Yeah, you see risk everywhere. Ryan, where you how far could this bull market run in your estimation?
Yeah, so if I'm looking at the market right now, I generally will go by historic references. So generally, when I'm looking at the market right now, I think if I'm bullish, I could be bullish to the yearly highs, which is in the summer, so call it about a 760 futures. And we've already challenged that once here in the last couple weeks, but we reverted real hard off of that. So I would say to somebody this: if I'm bullish, I'm probably bullish into that 760 range, and then I'm going to readjust my commentary after that. So if we blew through that range, then I'd have to go look back in the charts to see, hey, what's the next level that I could probably be bullish to, logically and quantifiably. Okay, now the further you go back in the charts, the less valid they are because it's a historic type of thing, but it's the best reference we have. So I always will make my opinion known, but I'll always have it based in, in data back type of situations like that. So I've got this chart later on in the presentation, but again, if I'm bullish canola right now, I'm probably bullish to 760, but if we blow through 760, your next logical place from there is probably something like an 830 to 850.
And how bullish do you think the crowd is as a percentage? Because I actually have that data.
I don't know, actually.
Anyone want to guess? 32%.
Yeah, I was going to say it's almost probably equal splits.
Okay. Yeah, it's 32%. Can you see that?
Yep, just about that.
So we've got 32% think we're bullish and going higher. 26% are bearish, thinking we've seen the top. And neutral is 34%. Honestly, is 8%. We should probably have a category in there that says depends on what Trump tweets.